Yeah, but we're talking about Mario today. Don't worry, it's still in the pipeline. Because lately there's been a lot of discussion around the 35th anniversary of Mario and these rumored Mario remasters and how that could maybe impact the rest of 2020, which may also include a Metroid announcement. Yeah. Welcome everyone, this is On Just Restart. So this time we're talking about the significance of the Mario remasters and what they may end up meaning for the rest of 2020. Now, again, these Mario remasters are rumored, but supposedly they're going to be coming from Mario's 35th anniversary along with 3D World Deluxe. And these rumors have been picking up lately for various different reasons. There's been some more evidence, I guess, supporting the notion of these things coming out. And we'll be getting to the different rumors that have popped up recently that sort of tell us what's going to be happening with the Mario remasters. What these Mario remasters may end up being, I think, could have implications for the rest of the year. If these Mario remasters are more ambitious and they are a bigger deal, then maybe they could be the big holiday release. But if they're not as ambitious, if they're a little bit more reserved and conservative and basically just ports of the old games put into one package, then maybe something else should be coming out for the holidays. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now before we jump into things, I want to first talk about my social media. There's a Twitter page, a Discord community, a Patreon page, and a Twitch channel. If you are interested in any of that, check it all out, it is linked in the description below. Now we've been talking about for a while that it seems like a Nintendo Direct is right around the corner, but we're getting even more evidence suggesting that. So firstly, we have gotten news that there is this private Twitter page for Mario's 35th anniversary, and its email is linking to a similar email to the official Smash page and Splatoon page, and this Twitter page has been around since March, so it does seem like that this could be real and not faked, and it may very well be sort of preliminary support or media that Nintendo's preparing before they make the announcement for Mario's 35th anniversary. But on top of that, other leakers besides Kelios have been talking about a Nintendo Direct happening next week, presumably on the 20th. Now the one we're talking about today is Zippo, and he's been saying a few different things on Reset Area, and what he's saying may not be entirely just leaks, it may just be his own speculation, but I'm going to go ahead and read the part that people have been referring to as of late. Think about it this way. Link's Awakening Switch was a remake of a 6-hour 1993 Game Boy game that barely added or changed anything. $60. Super Mario 64 is a 3D platformer from 1996. You're getting a slightly better looking widescreen SM64 included in the collection with up-res, Sunshine, and Galaxy ports. Ring in those expectations. 3D World should be where the cool new shit is added. People should realize this now, or else you're getting your feelings hurt next week, LMAO. So there are three takeaways from what Zippo is saying here. One, it seems like, from his perspective, that there is going to be a Nintendo Direct next week or some sort of announcement which supports all the other things we've been talking about lately. But two, 3D World Deluxe is apparently getting new content, which comes as no surprise to me, honestly. And then three, the one we're really going to be talking about today, he's referring to the Mario remasters as not something that's that significant or ambitious. So maybe we should keep our expectations in check here. I think definitely that is something we should be careful about for sure, but what these Mario remasters may end up being, I think, could have a tremendous implication for what's to come for the rest of the year. So again, this is still coming from one person on Reset Era, and it's not entirely apparent what he's saying is known information or just his own speculation, so we should take it with a grain of salt either way, but still, I think there's definitely good reason to consider that these Mario remasters are not going to be that significant. Maybe they'll just basically be slightly improved versions of the original games put into one package. That's actually kind of what I've been expecting. Now recently I've been sort of changing my prediction a little bit. When I first heard about the rumor, I was thinking that it would be Mario 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy, but with higher resolutions, with improved textures and lighting, and some quality of life improvements. And that's basically what I'm still expecting, but I'm also hoping that Mario 64 will get a little bit more work done so it can look closer to Galaxy and Sunshine, and also maybe there'll be a little bit of new content in each of the three different games. That's what I'm hoping for, basically something similar to what we got for Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. But a lot of people have been interpreting remaster as something even more significant. Take, for example, the Crash trilogy. The 3 different games have been remade with modern graphics. A lot of people are hoping for the same for these Mario games, that they're basically going to be the 3 different Mario games remade in the Odyssey engine. I've never expected that. That is not my expectation. If that happens, that would be amazing, but that's not what I'm expecting. I'm hoping for more of a definitive edition sort of situation, which is somewhere in the middle, where they do a lot of things to improve the game, maybe some new models and textures and geometry and lighting, and add some quality of life changes and new content, and that will be pretty significant, but it's not making it entirely from the ground up, where it's an entirely new graphical engine. And actually, I'll say that I'm not expecting as much graphical improvements as Definitive Edition for Xenoblade, but maybe still more than just a slightly better textures and lighting. Maybe they added a few more models and things like that, like especially for Mario 64, because that one is from the Nintendo 64 and it is the furthest behind. The point I'm trying to get at here for this video is that the Mario Remasters end up being this big, extensive, super ambitious remaster or remake for the 3 different Mario games with new content and greatly improved visuals, then I could definitely see it as the big holiday game coming out in November or October. That makes a lot of sense, and I think it would go over really well. But if it's more along the lines of what I've been expecting, or even what Zippo is suggesting here, where the games are going to get some enhancements, but not a lot to the point where they're entirely new games in the Odyssey engine, then maybe it wouldn't really be a good release for November. A lot of people have been suggesting that this year, if the rumors are true, we'll get Pikmin 3 Deluxe, 3D World Deluxe, the Mario Remasters, and not many are expecting Zelda to come out, so a lot of people are suggesting that maybe we get Skyward Sword HD instead. Look, I'll just be clear. All of those games, I want. I'll be excited for them, for sure. And I think no matter what happens, Nintendo's gonna be fine for this year. But also, I'm gonna be straight with you. If that is the rest of the lineup for 2020, then I would say this is probably the slowest year out of the entire Switch's years. 2017 will have been better, 2018 will have been better, 2019 will have been better. If Nintendo just goes throughout the year with basically just remasters, I think that will be pretty bad. Consider that we just got Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, and in January we got Tokyo Mirage Sessions as well, which is a Wii U port. So if all these rumored games that we're talking about end up being the games, then the only original releases for 2020 will be Animal Crossing and Paper Mario. And also, I think it should be noted that Animal Crossing was delayed to 2020. The expectation beforehand was that it would be the November release back in 2019. That would be kind of bad in my opinion, and I'm not trying to say that I wouldn't like these games. As I said, I think these games would be good, but I think we need some original games to come out this year as well. Now, people are going to point towards the pandemic. Because of the pandemic, this year just isn't going to be very good. But here's the thing. Look at the competition. Sony has had major games coming out this year. We just got The Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. These games are major releases and they're very high quality games. And Sony is still going to be coming out with the PlayStation 5 later this year. And we're actually getting news that they're increasing the amount of units that are going to be coming out this year for the holidays. The pandemic doesn't really seem to be impacting Sony too much. And with Microsoft, they're still going forward with their year as well. Xbox Series X is getting a whole bunch of attention, and we're going to be seeing an event for them, and they're going forward with their next generation plans as well. And meanwhile, Nintendo has been very quiet. People are assuming that silence is because there isn't much there, but I've been arguing otherwise. I think Nintendo has been quiet because they're not sure if things are going to be delayed, but it doesn't mean things have been delayed. We've seen multiple statements from Nintendo to their investors that their 2020 plans have not been delayed. They just haven't revealed them yet because of the potential delay because of the pandemic, but it seems like the game industry, at least with the bigger companies, they have adjusted, they've transitioned to remote development, and they're getting things going, and the delays will not have been that significant. What I'm getting at here is that I don't think Nintendo should be having a down year here, or at least not so much worse that it's only remasters. I think there's got to be some new games, and if the Mario Remasters, the thing that we've been really excited about for the last few months, is not even that significant of a remaster, what else is going to be happening? I've been thinking the Mario Remasters will be coming out around September, but people have been arguing for November. The reason why I think the Mario Remasters are coming out around September is, one, because of the 35th anniversary. That's when it happens in September. That's the 35th anniversary for Mario, which admittedly isn't a good enough reason alone, but the more bigger, important reason is because if you look at the way Nintendo's been announcing things, whenever they make an announcement, that game comes out not too long after. When we got the Nintendo Direct Mini and we got a release date for Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, it came out 2 months later. when we got the announcement for Paper Mario 2 months ago, well, now we're getting Paper Mario just like a day and a half from now as of this recording. So whenever we get an announcement from Nintendo for a major release for this year, it's probably going to be coming out not too long after, because that seems to be the way Nintendo is handling things this year because of the circumstances. And according to VentureBeat, from their reports, the next few announcements that are going to be coming during the summertime are for 3D World Deluxe, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and the Mario Remasters. So if those announcements are coming now for the summertime, that implies that they will be coming out within the next couple months. So I'm not expecting these games to be coming out any later than like early October. I'm thinking that October, November, December could have something else. Perhaps Metroid, perhaps Bayonetta 3, perhaps Zelda, or something we don't even know about. Those games could potentially come out in 2020 for the final 3 months of the year. So that's why I think what these Mario Remasters may end up being is important, because depending on what it is, it would mean if these games are going to be the big holiday release or something that's coming out earlier in the year to tide us over until the bigger releases for this year. So we'll have to sort of wait and see. I mean, either way, the Mario Remasters are gonna sell incredibly well. People are excited about Mario. It's the 35th anniversary. Having Sunshine, Galaxy, and Mario 64 all in one package, regardless of how minimal or ambitious these remasters may end up being, is exciting, and I'm definitely gonna get it and I'm gonna enjoy it. But if what Zippo is suggesting, if what our expectations have been for a while now are true, then there's gonna be a couple other games coming out this year that are gonna be even bigger projects, perhaps brand new original games that come out in 2020. At this point, obviously, we don't know yet. The hope is that a Nintendo Direct will happen next week, and we will learn about what's to come at least for the next few months. I'm personally thinking that this Nintendo Direct will outline what's to come throughout the holidays, because it's about time that we know what Nintendo's 2020 plans are, and I'm thinking this Nintendo Direct is going to be a really big one, but maybe it won't be. Maybe it won't even be a Direct. Maybe it'll be a Mario Direct, or just a couple trailers. We'll see. Anyways, everyone, those are my thoughts on the matter, but what do you guys think? Do you guys think the Mario Remasters are going to be more minimalist, more ambitious? Will they be the big holiday release? Will there be something else on top of that? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But that's all for now, everyone. I'll see you all really soon. Take care.